Time, learning all the moves, and because it wasn't really this is a strange, it's not an oxymoron, but it wasn't cool to act cool in those times. You had to wear something a little bit garish to be noticed, and ultimately, the costumes, especially with Showwaddywaddy, went very much with that era, which was largely glam rock. And as I said, it was all about show-offs. It was all who could out-bling each other. And we came along with our, as we were once described as an explosion in a paint factory. And it went along with the music, and it was an incredible era, actually, for live music. Gadgetry was coming along, and people were just beginning to use sort of dry ice and all that kind of stuff, and special sort of vari lights and loads of stuff. And we tried everything. We had explosions going on and dry ice everywhere, and disappearing up our own backsides almost. But those experimental times were really pretty amazing in the 70s, and you look back at some of the old footage from that era now, and it was for live music, it was a really special era. And the birth of people like Springsteen, and some great performing artists. And I'd like modern music. I'd like to see more performance now. There is still some great music around, but there aren't enough performers that really make the hair stand up on the back of your neck.
There's a fantastic video interview of Frank Zappa.
You remember the 60s, that era that a lot of people, have these glorious memories of, which they really weren't that great those years. But one thing that did happen during the 60s was some music of an unusual or experimental nature did get recorded and did get released. Now look at who the executives were in those companies at those times. Not hip young guys. These were cigar-chomping old guys who looked at the product that came and said, I don't know. Who knows what it is? Record it, stick it out. If it sells, all right. We were better off with those guys than we are now with the supposedly hip young executives, who are making the decisions of what people should see and hear in the marketplace. The young guys are more conservative and more dangerous to the art form than the old guys with the cigars ever were. And you know how these young guys got in there? The old guy with a cigar, one day goes, well, I took a chance. It went out, and we sold a few million units. All right, I don't know what it is. Well, we got to do more of it. I need some advice. Let's get a hippie in here. So they hire a hippie. They're bringing the guy with the long hair. Now, they're not going to trust him to do anything except carry coffee and bring the mail in and out. He starts in there. He's carry the coffee. Well, we can trust him. He brought the coffee 4 times on time. Let's give him a real job. Okay, he becomes an A&R man. From there, moving up and up and up, next thing you know, he's got his feet on the desk, and he's saying, well, we can't take a chance on this, because it's just simply, that's not what the kids really want, and I know. And they got that attitude. And the day you get rid of that attitude and get back to, who knows, take a chance, that entrepreneurial spirit where even if you don't like or understand what the record is that's coming in the door, the person who is in the executive chair may not be the final arbiter of taste of the entire population,
More so in the States, I think, yeah.
And so therefore, along came all these psychedelic artists, and he said, and then after that, they went too serious, and the sort of cigar smoking guys
Yes.
at the
behind the big cigar, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were lawyers, of course.
Yeah, of course. Nowadays, it's all pushing numbers.